Welcome, welcome back to What the Flicks, y'all. I'm Harrison.
And I'm Gabi.
If you haven't already, make sure you follow us on Spotify and YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe on this video. Leave a comment down below of what you think, what your opinions are of this video. All of our social media links are going to be in the description box below. It's been a minute, y'all. It's been a minute. But we're back, and we have a really good one for you today.
It might be. It might get us canceled. It might.
But we
It
don't
might.
care about that.
We don't. We never have.
Never
We've had some
will.
weird takes in the past, but like we don't really care about getting canceled. So
Right.
and we don't have a big enough following to get canceled anyway. So I mean,
Hey. Exactly. But yeah. Ooh, there's gonna be a lot of debating in politics after we finish this one.
I mean, yeah, but I mean,
But hey,
hey,
that's good exposure. Damn it, that's good exposure.
You said it. You said it. If we were on TikTok and TikTok is not like,
Oh, the TikTok is
whatever
coming.
I mean, if they don't ban it first.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. If we were on TikTok and TikTok doesn't get banned before we actually make one, I mean, hey, we'd probably go viral. Not to toot
Facts.
our own horns.
Facts.
But you know, beep beep, bitch.
Womp womp.
Anyway, so today's topic, we're gonna talk about Black exploitation in film and television. And the problem with it, with a little nod to our film fiend Tyler Perry. Because if you don't know, then I mean we're gonna talk about that. I mean, as native Atlanteans, it's our right to stand on business when it talks about Tyler Perry. I mean,
standing on business.
Yeah, because
for sure.
Everybody wants to love Tyler Perry till you like, no, that Tyler Perry, that ain't it. That ain't it.
Right.
And we grew up around Tyler Perry films. That ain't it.
Like we said, we're Atlanteans, so we know what we're talking about. So.
All right. What I wanted to start off with is as a okay. As a Black person, I know I'm real light skinned. I know I'm not mixed. Okay, let me get that one out there. I know I'm light skinned. I'm not mixed, y'all. Like, don't nobody ask me that. Thank you. She got light skin. Dang. No, but as a Black person, I find it that it's a difficult thing to see that we always have to see all of these films come out, right? It's always like a Hidden Figures, The Help, Django, 12 Years a Slave, the remake of The Color Purple, it's always these films. It's always come out, but it's always, and I'm not saying they're all bad. Keep in mind, I know I'm really critical of films and whatnot.
Yeah.
These are
all
except
really
for the color purple. I'm not gonna say whether it's good or bad or not. I didn't see it because I thought it was unnecessary.
I saw it, and you're right. It is unnecessary, but like so many renditions of it. Why? There's so many renditions.
So these are actually films that I liked, and so like I said, like I know I'm really critical, but these are films that I liked. So I'm not saying that they're all bad every time that there's one out. I'm just saying that the fact that every time that a film about Black people comes out, it has to be about the Black struggle. It has to be a slave movie. It has to be about Black people when we were down and out. It has to be a like, oh man, all my life I had to fight movie. It had to be a oh, I'm Black, woe is me movie. Like
right. Like
it can't be a Black person's slice of life movie. We can't just be happy.
For
We
real.
can't be happy. That's my
Nah,
problem.
yeah, I
We
agree with
can't
you
be
on that.
happy in a movie. It
Yeah.
can't be two black people in a movie and be happy. What was that movie that we saw with the fishbowl ends? The two black kids and they ended up dating at the end of the movie.
Oh,
Because that's the movie I'm talking about, like a real
yeah,
slice of life type
yeah,
thing.
that rom-com.
Yeah,
I gotta look it up.
like a real like slice of life type thing. That's what
Mhm.
we need. That's what we need more of. Just two black people, like a group of black people, and they just living life. Cause every time it's I'm black, woe is me. I'm black, woe is me. Like,
Yep.
why is it always woe is me? This is my struggle. Woe is me.
Yep.
Or I'm
Right
black,
lane.
here is my way. Rye Lane, thank you.
Right
Or
lane.
it's always like I'm black with my white savior. Woe is
Mm,
me. Take pity on me. Let's get out of this. Help me get out of my struggle. That's basically what the help is.
mm.
And
Okay.
it's a good movie.
That's
It's a
yeah,
good
I see where
movie,
you're coming
written
from.
well and whatnot, but like,
Was it based
and
off
it's
a true story
entertaining.
or no?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember.
It might be based off a
Um,
book, which is crazy because it's about a book that was written. But
yeah. But yeah, okay, so yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you on all of it. Like, we're all tired of seeing these slave movies or black
oh, the
struggle.
slave
Like,
movies, I'm done. I'm done with the slave movies.
we've been done with slave movies ever since we got out of high school. Shoot, even when we were in high school, I was tired of it. I was
Like,
sick and tired. Like
don't show me no more slave movies.
the only rendition after that was like
Like, aren't they doing
Django. And
another version of Roots?
at this point, I wouldn't run it past them. But
Like, I don't want to see no more Roots. Keep that in
right,
the ground. I don't need to
hmm
see that.
nice one, nice.
Roots was scaring me when I was in middle school when they tried to show it to us. I don't want to see that.
Shoot, exactly. Like the only good one, the only good. I don't want to say good slave movie, but I mean, in a sense, was Django. And y'all know how I dislike Quentin Tarantino, but that was the only
Mm,
quote unquote good slave movie. I put it
it
in
was
quotation
good.
marks, people. It was good, but after that, I was like, okay, I'm tired of it. Like Gabby
Yeah,
said,
and even
there
that was
are
really
some
brutal.
right, like a lot
Mm,
of scenes and I agree with you on most of the film, pretty much like 90% of the films. The only one I might disagree with, us, like I understand the point of black exploitation is Hidden Figures, because I guess either me personally, I think of it. It was I think some people who make these movies get misconstrued with actual historical purpose
mhm,
versus like exploiting them, because most of these films are excuse me black exploitation instead of doing it for historical purposes. Like
right.
I get people need to know about slavery and people need to know about the civil rights movement and all that other
Mhm,
stuff, but y'all gotta stop. How do I say this? Y'all's intentions need to be like actually making people want to learn about this. Like
right.
I saw a movie called Rustin,
Mhm,
where it was this black gay activist, and you saw him how he struggled with the civil rights movement. He literally led the March on Washington. He was one of the creators of the March on Washington with MLK, and you saw that, and you didn't feel like you didn't feel heavy
right.
after watching it. And like at least and like with Hidden Figures, masterpiece. Taraji P Henson deserved every award for it.
Mhm,
Octavia, everybody. Um, but I think they misconstrue like wanting people to learn about this from a historical purpose versus it coming off as black exploitation. Like
Right.
y'all's intentions aren't there.
Right. And then they keep adding in white saviors, and that's like part of my problem. It's
Yeah, with the
always
help.
somebody who got to be white. I'm
Yeah.
talking about with Hidden Figures too. I always adding somebody who got to help.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's always somebody who got to come to their help, they rescue or something. It's like,
I don't know. Yeah. But I think I'm trying to think with Hidden Figures.
it was like that
It
bathroom thing with the Taraji P. Henson
it
scene,
yeah,
and that
and
never happened.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
And
Damn.
I
I
believe I
didn't even
read
know
that it
that.
was like I believe it was like the actor said that he wanted to have that scene written in.
Kevin Costner? The
It was
person
either
who
the
did it
actor,
this thing?
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
and it was like, oh yeah, I just really feel like you would be so mean about the whole thing. I'd be like, bro, what?
Right.
I gotta find the
Okay, yeah.
article, but it was like a whole like article about like how like a white person who was in the movie was like, yo, I really feel like I should be nicer. Like what? You not know
Yeah.
what you're here for?
Right, exactly. Yeah. No, I didn't even know that. So that honestly negates my point. That contradicts my point of saying that I mean I liked Hidden Figures. We both like Hidden Figures and Help and all that. But yeah, that negates my point of the white savior because I was trying to see if there was any white savior points, and yep, you're right. So damn, it's like I try. It's like I try to disagree. Not try to disagree, but like
You feel it, but you feel where I'm coming from. It's like it
exactly.
might not have been like the whole movie, but there was legit like a
Yeah,
part where
yeah,
like
yeah. Where they had
they
a white
still
savior.
undermine the whole point of the movie,
Yeah,
the whole
yeah,
point of what happened to these women.
exactly. Also, Green
Small
Book is
be
the
all
one
bit it.
too.
Who?
The Green Book with Mahershala
Oh,
Ali.
yeah,
Yeah, that's one of them too.
yeah. Or even I think it's a good movie. I remember it made a bunch of people cry when I was in middle school. Um, Hotel Rwanda. I don't think it's black exploitation. I just think it was a good movie.
Is that the one with Brad Pitt
No.
or not Brad Pitt? The hell? I know which movie you're talking about. I'm not gonna lie. I only saw bits and pieces of it. I haven't seen it fully,
Yeah.
but I
I
heard it
tried
was
to
really good.
I tried to block it completely out of my mind because of the fact that it traumatized a bunch of people in my middle school. Had parents
Right,
calling up the middle school like, "You showed this to children?"
right, right.
Seriously, it was a movie about genocide. So,
Oh, I think I know. Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
literally just like,
Yeah, we've had all in all, y'all. We have plenty of examples of like historical films and like slavery movies and black struggle films. The point is, it is 2024 now, and we don't need any more. And
honestly,
if you're trying to make a historical figures documentary or movie, don't have a white savior in it unless it's actually true. And most of the time it's not. Because let's be honest, how many white saviors I'm not going to get
we
into
had
that.
that many white saviors, they would have been saved a long time ago.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, even though, yes,
Them
there were
slaves would have
people.
been free long ago.
Right. Right. Like,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
like, like, even though, yeah, there were white people that were marching with Dr. King and everything on Emmett Pettus Bridge. Um, like, y'all gotta stop with this white savior complex in these movies.
It's the only way these movies is getting written. Let's not play.
No, that
There's
is
not enough
true.
black people in the in Hollywood. There's enough out here in the ATL, but there ain't
Yeah.
enough out there in Hollywood, in Diddy's Hollywood. I'm
Facts.
sorry.
Too soon.
I was gonna say too soon. um, yeah. So that's like I just find like blaxploitation to be very very unsettling. It's too much. It's always
Yeah.
in your face. It's always some slave movie. It's always some oppression movie. It's just stop it. Get some help. It's
Mhm.
it's like they love to see our pain. They love to see it right. They love to push it right in your face.
And they know
It's
we're gonna see it too. Like, and that's no, we'll get into that. We'll get into that, but
and our dear friend Tyler Perry made his fortune perpetuating that. I'm
yeah,
just gonna say it. I'm just gonna come
yeah,
right out and say it. Tyler Perry made his fortune perpetuating black pain.
for sure. I've been saying
Like
that. I've been saying that for God knows how long.
I don't like Tyler Perry movies for a reason. Like he made his fortune perpetuating the thing that white people eat up.
Mm-hmm. And he knows
And it
this. That's why he has so many of them. And he tries to say, "Oh, for the black people, for the community, whatever." No, you're not, bro. I'm so you're.
white people eat it up money wise is what I mean, because white people don't watch it.
Yeah,
Let's face it, white people don't watch it. But I mean, like black
and
people
if
eat
there
it up,
is,
like
and if there,
like view wise, and then white
yeah,
people eat it up money wise. They value the fact that just like you're perpetuating
right. And if there is white people out there that actually watch his films, it's barely a percentage.
that. Yeah, because white people will fund that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, because exactly.
So that's all I meant.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyler Perry will make like come on. Think about all the original Tyler Perry films.
Mm-hmm.
What were the men that you saw? They were
They're
always
always.
would you say earlier they were
I
always
said
either a bum.
they were always either a bum or they were beating everybody or they were a combo of both.
And all the
There was
women
yep.
were just he can't write a woman for shit. It even now the man has been writing for how many years and just
Decades.
and the women were all he has a serious problem with the angry black woman. That's all he writes is he used to only write the angry black woman.
Mm-hmm. There's literally a movie called Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Literally Diary of a Mad Black Woman. That's
What?
crazy. That's
Like
crazy.
he used to only perpetuate the angry black woman stereotype. Everybody was the angry black woman in his movies. He only had the angry black women, or all of the black women were crazy. It's like
Or they were all damsels. They were all damsels in distress
it's like
and
what?
they had no type they were literally dodo
All the
brained.
younger yeah, all the younger girls
All the younger girls had no form of thinking for themselves and whatnot.
they all needed a man. It's crazy. It's crazy. And think about like all his newer movies, like the what's it called, Mia Coppola movie. I keep saying it wrong. Mia
Mia Copa
Coppola. Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry.
with
I don't know.
Kelly Rowland.
Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
that.
It's like he keeps writing movies like that now because he's trying to
Mm-hmm.
seem like hip and whatnot. But all his new movies are kind of like that, where it's like you have like a girl boss type character, but it's not really a girl boss because she always falls into the, oh man, I can do bad all by myself, which he has a movie
Mm,
called that too.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I could do bad all by myself, and it's with Taraji too. My damn.
He has a lot of Taraji movies. Let's not even.
Yeah,
But he
yeah.
has the I could do bad all by myself type girl. But she always messes up her own career by falling in love with the
With a
bad
dude.
guy.
Yeah,
with the wrong guy, and somehow he
And
always
he
ends up like hurting her in either a physical way or like a mental way. Like she's losing her job, or like
Mhm.
she usually takes like a huge L. Like how does he always like ungirl bosses the girl boss that he writes?
Or she'll fall in love with her actual client and it messes up her entire career.
Which is what she did, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
He always like
Yeah.
that's what I mean. She always loses
Oh
her
yeah.
job.
You always lose a job, falling over a client who has nothing to do with it, and it's like, bro, just do the job. If you're that much of a girl boss, you shouldn't be falling in love with your
Like,
clients.
how do you like he will write a girl boss and ungirl boss the girl boss? It's like, stop it. Stop writing the
Mm-hmm.
girl boss then. Just make her a regular person.
It's funny. It's real funny how he grew up in a single parent household in a single mom household, but he doesn't know how to write a strong female
He
character.
probably hates his mother. He probably hates his mother, resents her or something, and
Something like that. I get and
I
I
don't claim
understand.
to therapize anybody.
Right. Like I get like, oh, okay, he got mentally abused or emotionally abused or whatever when he was growing up. But you're 50 something years old, bro. And you've been writing these types of films for decades, exploiting the very thing that you came from. And you say that you for the community. No, bro. I'm sorry, you're not. Like it makes me sick to my stomach where
Mhm.
all you do your whole that's why you're never going to be in that upper echelon of Hollywood that you claim to be. I'm
Oh, he
just
claims
spitting.
that?
Well, he doesn't claim it, but I can tell, like I've watched interviews with him and whatnot where he he gives off the impression of he's all for us. He has this whole big um Queen of England mansion in Atlanta and whatnot. Um and it feels like he gives off that impression of, yeah, I think I might be up there with these dudes, or I think I might be up there with these Hollywood people. Like
I'm like, okay,
that's
bro,
to me
you know
personally,
Scorsese.
he gives off that impression of, he's like the holy grail of Atlanta because he's made all his films in Atlanta and whatnot, or in the
Oh,
southern
he's
in the
not.
southeast. And it's like,
Well, some people think he is, but like,
and what pisses me off, what makes this even more sad is that his plays are good. His
I
plays
don't
are
think. Does he
actually,
write his own plays, or does he
yeah,
claim to write his own plays?
I think he writes his own plays. He might have some help, but I think he writes his plays because he started out writing plays first and then movies. And I've seen some clips of his plays. I haven't seen like a whole play because, there's only so much freaking Medea I can take and whatnot. But they're not bad. They have a good message. They're not exploiting anything. They're showing actual real life.
That's crazy because Medea used to actually like have some good messages. It used to be messy as fuck, but
Yeah.
like they used to have like good messages near the end.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be
Exactly.
annoying, but like the messaging used to be good. So I
Yep.
don't doubt that.
Yeah.
It's just
And
Medea is just like okay,
overkill. It's
yeah.
overkill. And the only good Tyler Perry movie that he has ever written that doesn't have to do with black exploitation is A Jasmine's Blues, and it was his first ever script that he wrote. And he made it into a film, a Netflix film, and it was actually good. It's a romance movie of like back during like the 1930s or something. And it's sad because of the ending, because of course that during that time, 1930s. Let's connect the dots here. But overall, it was a pretty beautiful story. It was pretty good. But the fact that it took you 5 decades out of your life to write one good movie that didn't have to deal with an angry black woman or a bum or abusive man? Really? Like, that's shameful, bro. I mean, that's shameful. That is completely shameful. Like, and we always hear about this. We always talk about this on our channel of holding holding our community accountable. And this is one of these things. We gotta stop giving money to this dude, and not just this dude. I'm just talking about just any movie that it has black exploitation BS in it or white savior complex. Y'all, like Tyler Perry, you're not him. You're not him. And if one day when I make it, and they might talk crap about me or whatever, okay. But did I lie though? Did I lie? You have a multi-million-dollar mansion that's probably bigger than Evander Holyfield's house. If you live in Atlanta, you know who I'm talking about. Freaking, it's not even a mansion; it's an estate. And most of your success is based off of hurting the black community. I'm sorry I had to say it, but
are we really?
I'm not. I'm actually not.
Exactly. Yeah, right.
I say sorry. I think I say sorry to the
I'm
people
not sorry.
who've been like loving these Tyler Perry movies and saying that he's the one, like he's the best example for black film and entertainment.
His films aren't even good technically. Like I mean, like
They're not even
film,
good. Yeah,
like I'm talking like film wise, like
yeah, like direction,
directionally, like
cinematography, like it's
doodoo.
all corny. It's all
And even the newer ones are, oh my gosh, they have
the
that
newer ones.
like stale.
Like you have one called not the president, but the Oval, because it's
Well, I
about the
know which
Oval.
one you're talking about,
Yeah, where
which is
it's
a
like about
bad name.
it was like it's about a black president and his the black family and whatnot. Honestly, I'm not gonna. I think I've seen like one episode and I'm like, wow, this is ass. This is like
Is it on
expensive.
Netflix?
No, it's on it's probably on BET Plus.
Because I will say a lot of these streaming services have really bad film quality.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna blame it completely on Tyler Perry. I will say that a lot of streaming services have like with bad film quality. I don't know what it is about like what they're allowing people to film with. Like maybe they're giving out maybe like they're doing post production. Like maybe like Netflix or BET is doing like it's doing post production
Mm-hmm.
and not like the person themselves.
Yeah.
Because like when you watch like a Netflix show, like almost every Netflix show has the same like film quality afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if it's a Netflix original, it's like, why do all the Netflix originals look the same afterwards? So it's
Right.
like maybe Netflix does post production and not the person who directed it, or yeah,
No.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
So I
But
won't blame
even
that on Tyler Perry.
yeah. But even with
You
like
see, me. I'm trying to be fair, y'all. I'm trying to
yeah.
be fair.
Yeah. Like it might be the quality might not be his fault, but the
But
script
I'm
and
talking about
everything
just for
else.
the shows. I'm talking about just for the
Yeah.
shows. I'm not talking about movie wise, or I'm talking about movie wise as well. Because like when it's a Netflix original, I'm talking about straight for like when stuff is a Netflix original or like when it's streaming service original wise, like because I'm talking about specifically like it might be these people are doing straight like post production, but I am saying like when Tyler Perry does something himself and it the film quality is not good. His cinematography is but like there is no pizzazz. There is nothing there. His movies be looking stale.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't care about filming the movie. There's
Right.
nothing there.
Yeah. There's no form of quality, no nothing. No anything. Because I'm trying to think before BET Plus, because BET Plus came out like it's fairly recent. So even before BET Plus, the quality of his films weren't. They were
They
meh.
weren't.
They
Yeah.
were meh. But like besides what's it called? Besides like the Medea movies, he came out with Medea movies in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
And like y'all notice how all of his films that came out have been Medea movies.
And the Diary of a Black
It,
Woman and I Can Do Bad All by Myself. Those weren't Medea movies.
no, I'm talking about in the theater.
Those were in the theater.
Diary of My Black Woman?
I believe so. Yeah. So Diary of a Mad Black Woman is a Medea movie. Uh, Medea's Neighborhood from Hell. What? Medea on the Run? What?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they came
Anyway,
out with they're coming
I
out with that
remember
one.
we did.
So
No, that was 2017. Oh,
oh,
that was the play. Oh, okay. But okay. I remember Witness Protection.
yeah, me
Okay,
too.
yes. But I Can Do Bad All by Myself it was in theaters, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, so he has some that came out in theaters, but other than that, man, let's just come out with a movie that doesn't have to deal with any type of struggle, just regular schmegular black people in life. Just it is not that hard, bro. It
Yeah.
is not that hard. It really isn't. Like
Yeah.
even though Jasmine's Blues was set in the 1930s, and you did have a lot of racism and whatnot in it, considering the time it was in,
Mm-hmm.
that was a little baby step that he took. That was a little baby
Mm-hmm.
step, and it was mainly a romance movie. So again, I liked it, but
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
yeah.
And
So
my personal problem with films like this, and I know we took a deep dive into like I almost say Harry Potter, Tyler Perry, like stupid Tyler Perry films. My
mhm.
problem with like black exploitation films and stuff like that, the media keeps getting swarmed with or black media gets like swarmed with films like that. My problem
Mhm.
with that kind of thing is we get it gets so normalized that we get dumb
Mhm.
films like the recent film, The
Yeah.
American Society of Magical
Mm.
Negroes.
Yeah.
Who in the world thought that that was a good idea?
I can't believe I wasted my money on that. And I preface this by saying, Mom, I love you. And even she was like, nah, this is yeah. Like she wanted to see it. So I'm just like, okay. Because if she didn't want
Who?
to see it, I best believe if I wasn't gonna take her and see it. Like that
I
movie
remember I
was
saw the trailer
awful.
for it,
I saw it
and
too,
I saw it,
yeah.
and I was like, "What?" Because at
Yeah.
first it started, and I was like, "Oh, so like Black Harry Potter," and then I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "No, not like Black Har- Harry
And,
Potter.
and the
Not
premise, y'all gonna get a kick
this
out of
is
this.
my problem."
Yeah.
Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I was just gonna talk about what the premise of the movie was, but yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
The premise of this movie, the American Society of Magical Negroes,
It's not about black people,
it's not about black people. It's literally about making
white
white
people.
people feel comfortable and
It's not
making
even about magic.
and it's right, but they use the only type of magic they use is to make sure that they have this meter in the film where um if the meter goes into the red, that means white person is very uncomfortable and pretty much quote unquote hates all black people or whatever, and their job is to use their magic to make the white person feel comfortable.
That's so
And
lame. Like, what's the point of
and
having magic if you're gonna get to know white people?
exactly, that was their main premise. And if you defy this, like at the end where he was just like, bro, you're not listening to what I'm saying, he pretty much went in on the white dude when even the white dude said, bro, yeah, I'm not racist. He said, that's not the freaking point. He literally destroyed the entire society of magical Negroes.
Like, what's the point of having magic if like one one white person is just gonna ruin everything? Like, you still
Right.
have magic, bro. You
Like
still your magic is contingent on a white person.
literally. That's literally. And if you
You have
defy it,
magic.
and if you defy not making a white person comfortable, you get your mind erased and everything. And you go back to
But
your normal place in society, and you don't have the magical power of, let's say you get stopped by a cop and you don't have the magical power to make him feel more comfortable while
so do they
interacting
not
with
have
you.
the magical powers anymore, or do they still have the magical
They
powers?
don't.
They
If
just
you
this.
if
No,
you
does everybody? Because if he destroyed the society, then how did they still have the magical powers to erase his mind?
well, they after that they changed it. They changed the rules because of him, and it was corny as fuck. Sorry, but it
No,
was
but I'm confused. Like, they were like, "Oh, it could destroy the society, and we'd have to erase your mind." But if you have the power to erase my mind, how's the society destroyed?
exactly.
None of that makes sense because, like, you're making it seem like nobody would have powers anymore. The society is still together. Shut up. You're making it. None of this makes sense. And
Yeah,
yes, like, something does have to make sense when it, like, usually when there's magic, there's a couple rules, which is
I was
why,
about to
like, they're
say.
saying like the rule was broken. There's always rules when it comes to magic. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's like with time travel, there's always like two or three rules. It's like, yeah, they give you something, so like nothing makes when something happens. It's like, oh, none of this makes sense. Yeah, it's like, oh, it's magic. It doesn't have to make sense. I was like, yeah, something has to
Yeah,
make
it
sense because if
does.
nothing makes
The
sense, it's
hell?
like it's just
It's a free
anarchy.
for all. I was about right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they give you usually like a little bit of structure. Of course, it's magic, so like it's kind of like, oh, gung ho, but it's like they give you a little bit of structure, so it's not just everything is everywhere all at once.
Nice.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Um. But yeah, I think that it's weird when like something about that's supposed to be exclusively about black people turns around and makes it about white people. It's like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You guys made this, this was supposed to be for black people and you made it exclusively about white people. You turned this. It's called the American Society of Magical Negroes. You went out of your way to say Negro, first of all. You went out of your way to say Negro, and you
Mm-hmm.
like I find it funny
Exactly.
that which gives me the opinion that well, I found out that it was written by a black person, but I find it funny that you said
I was about to
Negro,
ask. I was about to look it up real quick,
but
see if
it
it was
felt
written by
like
him.
no, because I heard it on NPR, like the black guy
Mm.
wrote it, like a black guy wrote it, but like
That's wild.
yeah, but like you went out of your way to say Negro. I just find it funny that that's the word he chose
Right.
because you was trying to be funny. Because he took that from a bit from Spike Lee. I told you that before. The Magical
Yeah.
Negro. Who took that from a
Mm-hmm.
bit from Spike Lee, and it seems like he completely misinterpreted the bit from Spike Lee.
For real.
Um, and I'll come back to that, but like, and you, it's strange. You took. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting worked up. It's
Who you telling?
you, and you made everything about white people. because it's not the American Society of Magical Black Folk, right? It's just black folk keeping white people calm.
happy. Yeah, calm. Mm-hmm.
It's just a
Like
bunch of black folk keeping
literally,
it's just a bunch of black people keeping white folk calm.
there was a literal line that said, "What is the main thing that's detrimental
The most
to
dangerous thing,
what's the most dangerous
yeah,
thing to black people?" And dude said, "What, health problems or white people?" He said, "No."
sharks.
He's sharks. He said, "No, white fear." Sorry, what? White fear? White fear?
It's like when people try to be so like topical. It's like
Stop trying. Oh my, stop
it's like
forcing.
I get it. You're afraid of like okay. I'm
Yeah,
not saying that like police crime isn't real. I'm not trying to
right.
diminish like
Yeah,
how white people can be dangerous. Bad things can happen, right?
yeah.
A,
Mm-hmm.
a white person can call the police on you, and they're more likely to believe the the
The
white
white
person
person versus.
than the black person. Racial
Mm-hmm.
things happen, yes, but when it's shoved in your face in an unnatural way, it's like, what in the world is this pander project that you got going on here? Because
Mm-hmm.
this just don't. Their meter literally said white tears.
Like I said, white tears. And if it goes into the red, the first example that they used a meter is of a cop who had a rough day, and his meter is all the way in the red, and the main character is trying to make him go into the green. So he invites him to a freaking party, and he's just talking to the dude normal and whatnot. What?
It's like, what?
Y'all are. I
And I
the,
noticed in the trailer that the cop was BJ from Righteous Gemstones.
yeah, that's the only thing I liked about it. Was it's
Yeah,
BJ from Gemstones.
yeah.
If y'all haven't
If
seen
you
Righteous
haven't checked out,
Gemstones,
yeah, I was about to say, yeah, it's
y'all
a
need to
great
see.
show.
It's
It
phenomenal.
takes a little while to get used to that humor, but
Mm-hmm.
it's really because it's satire, obviously,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's so outrageous and really weird and funny, and it's the outrageous like satirical just weird humor that it just does is so strange, and it's so
Mm-hmm.
like fun. It's just a weird ride. And I
Yeah,
can't wait for that show to come back. I hope it got renewed because
me
I want
too.
to watch it.
I was thinking about that like a couple weeks ago. I'm just like, man, I hope this comes out again.
Yeah.
But yeah, yep. American. The fact that he said Negroes, and like you said, the whole Spike Lee thing, he got it from the Magical Negro Spike Lee bit.
Yeah. Literally it's about like the magical Negro, and it was a bit Spike Lee did. It was a joke Spike Lee made. And the magical Negro is like I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember what Spike Lee said. He said essentially the magical Negro is basically damn, I gotta look it up because I don't remember exactly what Spike Lee said. It's something along the lines of um like a character, like every time you see a black character around like a white character, it's like, oh yeah, this character's here to make this white character feel okay all the time, essentially. But I mean, it was Spike Lee, so he said it in a funny way.
Right. Yeah, I see.
But I feel like the the guy who wrote it, he said he misinterpreted what Spike Lee was saying. Spike Lee said it as a joke. This guy took
Mm-hmm.
it and made it a whole movie.
And ran with it. Ran it like a track star in the Olympics.
Like it's like no, Spike Lee was joking, bro. Like
Plus, the fact that your movie premise is based off of a joke. What? Like we we talk about how useless some of these movies are just in general that's been coming out recently, like in the past like 5-10 years. But what the whole. I'm not trying to say it was all about like Spike Lee's quote, but the premise of it, the idea came from that,
Yeah.
or it was a big part of the idea of this movie, speaks volumes to um how do I say it? It shows how empty-minded these people are when making these movies. Like there's you can't even come up with an original idea for a magic for a black magic movie.
I mean, it was a pretty original idea.
I mean, it was original, but
It just wasn't a good idea.
it it was a completely 180 because, like you said, you thought it was gonna. Well, we both said, but you said you thought it was gonna be like, oh, it's kind of like Black Harry Potter. Oh, okay, cool. And then you keep on watching the trailer, and it's like, wait, hold up, what?
You're
White
a
tears,
nipper, Harry.
right? You're a nipper. Like, oh my god, these black exploitation films. These
Kobe Libby is what his name is.
Kobe Libby.
And yeah,
You should
he's
start
the
making
director.
Hallmark movies, my boy.
He wrote it and directed it.
Oh, well, that speaks volumes. Out of touch. You're out of touch. That's what I was trying to say. You're out of touch. It took me a minute to think of the term, but you're out of touch when it comes to making movies about this type of stuff. Did he make any other movies that we might know of? If not, I wouldn't be surprised.
Damn, it has a 2.4
It
out
should
of
get
10
a
on
0.5.
IMDb. On IMDb, that's
It
what it
should
has.
shoot. It
Like,
should get
oh
a
my
1
gosh.
for getting David Allen Greer in it.
Like, dang. At least he wrote and directed it.
At least he had that going for himself.
Yeah. I'm trying to see what else he wrote. Oh wait, no, this is directorial debut.
Oh, okay. You're not starting off so well, bro. At this point, oh, okay, no. I don't
I
want to
won't blame
say.
him for his
I'm
directorial
not gonna.
debut. He
I'm
tried.
not. He tried,
He
but
tried.
just know that
He tried.
even whatever Rotten Tomatoes gives you, that's what you deserve. And I hate Rotten Tomatoes.
Everybody hates it.
Everybody hates Rotten Tomatoes, and they got it right if they if they scored your movie anything below a 4. Wait, what's this? I'm sorry, not 4. Below a 40%. If they gave you anything higher, listen to IMDb from now on. Cause you're not starting off so well, bro.
The film made, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, it didn't do well, or oh my gosh, it made money. Like it made actual money.
The film on its first day, it
Profit.
made less than $1 million.
wait,
Ninth
wait,
at the box office.
wait.
It finished ninth at the box office at the box office. It went on to debut at 1.3 million. On
What
its
was
first day, it made it on its first day it made $520,000. It went on to debut 1.3 million, finishing ninth at the box office.
what was the budget for the movie? Probably
I believe I
12.
saw that it was. I believe I saw that it was like 3 million
It was
or
3
something like that.
million.
I think it was. I think I saw somewhere that it was over that. Hold on, it was like over 1 million. Hold on. I gotta look it up. Production costs. Let's see. Okay. The numbers. The numbers.com.
I just clicked on that one too.
The numbers.com.
Yeah. Okay, domestic
Domestic
box.
box office. Wow, 2 mil. Damn. Let's see. Domestic share, theatrical count. Wow. Opening weekend is only 1.3 mil. So 1.3 mil. All time is 7 mil. Wait, it's not telling me how much the production cost was. Where's the production cost? It's not telling me, y'all, how much the production cost is. They don't want you to know that sad fact.
Shoot.
It was just Bailey. Okay. Here we go. I think I found it. Okay.
Y'all's best bet should have been
It's not showing me
put
what the production cost was. And
y'all's best bet should have put it on BET.
yeah, it's not showing me a production cost. Here we go. In 2001, Spike Lee used the term in a series of talks on college campuses to criticize the stereotypical, unreal roles created for black men in films that were recent at the time, naming The Family Man, 2000, What Dreams May Come, The Legend of Badger Vance, and The Green Mile as examples.
Gotcha. Either way, y'all, American Society of Magical Negroes only made $1 million. And let's just say their budget was 2.5 million. That is a disappointment. They did not make a profit. That is literally a fail. Like we've said before, you have to.
I mean, they struggled to get $1 million.
It struggled to even get $1 million. It probably made only like 800,000. So, in order to make a profit on a movie,
even the Little Mermaid could get that much.
You said what?
I said even the Little Mermaid could get that much.
Facts. Like you have to make 75% of your profit back in box office. I mean
not of your production.
Yeah. That's what I mean. 75% of
to
your
make a profit.
To make a profit. So if you have a $10 million budget, you have to make at least what? 75 million?
Yeah. If you put 10 million in?
10 million, yeah. You put 10 million in, you have to at least get 75, yeah. Close
You'd
to
have to get
70.
close to 70, 60, 70 million in to actually get.
Yeah. To make a good profit off of it, you have to make close to 75
you have
million.
to pay. Think about it. You got to pay people.
You got to pay every single person that's in that credit list. And y'all know how
some more than ever.
Right. And you have to pay everybody that's in that long ass credit list. So Kobe Libby,
I'm sorry.
Get to BET, bro. Get to BET. They'll love you over there. That's Tyler Perry Central.
I'm sorry. For me, it's the when you make the movie that's supposed to be about black people about white people, because I keep seeing this online. I have not seen a single person who liked this movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm glad,
I
honestly.
am
This is
so
what I've been
glad.
saying,
Yep.
because it's when you make it about white people, it's crazy. It's supposed to be the American Society of Magical Negroes, and it's about keeping white people happy.
Yep.
I ain't got nothing against white people, but it's like, why is this about y'all? It's literally got us in the name, and it's like, it's about y'all.
It's a slap in the face. It's literally the slap in the face of black people.
It's like,
It's worse than that. It's a slap in the face and a spit and then a curb stomp.
it's like, it's doing the same thing dear white people did.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
Because I mean, even though it's like it's
Ooh.
called, you feel like dear white people was gonna be like her telling off white people, but it was like,
On a radio show.
dear white people was legit her make it. It was even more like dear white people was such a dumb show. It's just I don't
It's
even know.
laughable. She had a white boyfriend, y'all. She had a white boyfriend that she was sticking by and everything, but she was saying, "Dear white people, y'all are the reason that we all have these mental traumas and everything." By the way, I'm dating this hot white guy over here. What?
It didn't make, and
And her friends were happy.
she had options, and she was
Like,
hiding the white guy. She was hiding the white guy for a while.
yeah.
I remember that she was hiding the white guy from her friends because she
Yeah,
was
from her best
ashamed.
friend.
And I was
Mm-hmm.
like,
What's the
that's because
what's the point?
she didn't want Trevor Jackson to find out, because
Yeah.
you had Trevor Jackson right there. Trevor Jackson was there, and I like
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Jackson.
Yeah, Trevor Jackson is what's up?
I was like, how dare you deny Trevor Jackson for the white man? We must stay
We must
focused.
stay focused. We must stay focused.
Like, what? But you're sitting on your radio station, dear white people. It's like, girl, is that the only thing you know you want to talk about? I get the show. Keep in mind, I get the show is called Dear White People, but I honestly didn't think it was gonna be about like a radio station where she just sat around going like "Dear White People" all the time. I thought it was like
The whole
gonna be
show.
it's structured around her just being like "Dear white people" and then saying some lame take on on white people. It's not even anything thought provocative. It's like it's nothing provocative. It's like, dear white people, when you see my hair, you know you can't touch it.
This show is a whole contradiction. It's a whole contradiction of what she's talking about. Cause she was so like powerful and confident in what she was saying. She was like, "Yeah, dear white people, blah blah."
But then
Yeah,
she would say something lame too.
right. And she dating a white guy and she's hiding it from everybody. Like, nah, bro.
It was just too much going on. It was too much going on, and it was all lame. It was her hiding the white guy. Like, girl, stand on business if you're gonna date a white guy. Also, like, why are all the takes sound like they're written by white people?
Because they probably were.
Exactly. You know you can't touch my hair. I'm like, no, my other parent isn't white, but I think she
Okay.
was mixed. I think
Okay.
I know
Yeah.
the actress is mixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the character was supposed to be mixed, but like, which was what?
Which is worse.
Like,
Which is worse.
why you got the mixed character on here? Dear white people, like you hate your mama? What kind of internalized racism thing is going on here? Like what? What? Stop it! Stop it! What? And why is it always the light skinned character that gets to do this? I'm sorry. As a light skinned person, I don't understand why is it always
Yeah,
the light skinned character that gets to do
nah,
this
you
thing.
right.
Why can't
You
it always
right.
be like a dark skinned character doing this? Like we can't stand to have like a dark skinned character doing something like this. Like be damned if the dark skinned character up on here dear white
Colorism.
people. Like like why can't like dang. It's always like we really had the biracial girl on here, dear white people. It's like, girl, why we got her on her internalized racism stuff? We
Why
can't have
couldn't
the dark
why
skinned girl
couldn't
on
I
here.
was about to say why couldn't we have her best friend? Her best friend was still beautiful.
Exactly.
Like the cast was all really good looking, but you couldn't have, like you said, you couldn't have her best friend who was dark skinned say all this. Why does it always have to be the light skin that's the scapegoat?
It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense.
But shoot, a good TV show was Blackish.
Yes, yes, yes.
Blackish
Because we
is
don't
the
hate
whole
every show
opposite.
with black people in it, y'all.
Hell no.
We don't hate our people.
Hell no.
Blackish was a great show. I loved it.
Blackish is the epitome of like that's the modern day almost like, Cosby Show, Good Times, Family Matters type. That's
Yeah,
like this generation's type
one
show.
of those. Yeah, I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
Blackish was a great show. No, I don't. I don't stand for Grownish. It was not good.
No, yeah.
They needed to stop the issues. Grownish was not good,
Yeah.
especially when they added Junior to it. Like, no,
Yeah. That was ugh.
Junior's not interesting enough of a character.
He's not. He's just quirky and that's it. Most quirky characters can't have their own show. They have that one pocket and they just need to stick in that show.
Yeah,
That's it.
Junior's not funny.
I know. I was yeah,
It's
I
like
was trying.
with Blackish is a funny it's a funny show. It was just great. The one they did for Bo was okay. I started
Yeah, it
watching
was
that
solid.
one.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
solid.
it was a
I,
pretty
s-
solid
I
show.
seen Yeah, I saw a
Her
couple
family
episodes.
was funny enough for it to work.
Yeah, yeah.
I have to sneeze. Okay, it went away. Okay, but
Bless you in advance.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the one they did for Bo was actually entertaining, but yeah, Blackish was a great show, and it lasted for a long time. Like the whole family, Jennifer Lewis, like the whole family,
Lawrence
Lawrence Fishburne,
Fishburne.
everybody was just great.
Everybody.
Tracy Ellis Ross, everybody was just great. The
Marseille.
kids, the
What's
kids,
her name? Marseille something. She was phenomenal.
who?
The little girl.
Oh, that's her name. Okay, yeah, yeah. I was about to say
Marseille.
the little kids.
I think I just know her as Marseille. I don't know her first or last
Yeah,
name.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
The little kids.
yeah, the twins.
Yeah, yeah. They are
Yeah.
great.
Mm-hmm. Just a phenomenal
Great.
show.
Yeah, great.
Mm-hmm.
Key and Peele is actually what I was going to talk about um in retrospect to American Society of the Magical Negro, because Key and
Mm.
Peele did a skit similar to the American Society of Magical Negro a long time ago, where they just kind of like went balls to the wall with like magical stuff. And it's like, if you're gonna do something, do it crazy, do it wild, do it crazy, do it all over the place.
Yeah.
Go in.
Mm-hmm.
Key and Peele always did that with their skits, though.
That's why they the goats.
Exactly.
That's why they
Key and
legends.
Peele always did that.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the Megan skit? Megan, your jacket.
Your
No,
jacket. Your jacket. No.
no. But your jacket. No. But your jacket. No. But your jacket.
They're freaking legends. They're legends, bro. They're freaking
It's just
legends.
like, that's why it's like, whenever they did something, it was just always just all the way. And it's like, if you're gonna do something absolutely absurd, always go for the punch. Always go all the way, even if it doesn't land. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because, like, who
Send it.
cares?
Full send it.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's why it works. It's why it works. Put your jacket.
Put your jacket. No.
Anywho, you said Abbott Elementary. I've only seen like one episode. I haven't really actually sat down and watched the show, but yes, that's a
I've
good.
only seen like 2 or 3 episodes. My dad loves the show.
Mhm.
But it's really good. Tyler James Williams killing it, man.
Yeah.
Everybody deserves every award. Quinta Brunson, props.
Top tier writer, honestly.
Top
I've seen
tier.
like a lot of like clips from it, and I'm like, dang, this show is actually like doing something here.
And if
It
y'all,
reminds me of like Parks and Rec with how like they have that style of writing.
yeah, it's literally that. It's literally that. If y'all don't know who Quinta Brunson is, just look up the Vine. Oh, you got money.
Mhm.
That's her. Nice, man. That's how you know she legendary.
We already said Blackish. Atlanta is another good show.
Need we say
Great
more?
show.
Need we
I
say
love Donald
more?
Glover.
Donald
He
Glover
is
is the best.
one of my idols, one of my longtime idols. Um, somebody I really looked up to since I was like in middle school. And
And he
Atlanta was
pulls
just really
through.
a great show.
Like how y'all
And
talking about how y'all think Tyler Perry is, Donald Glover is that. He actually
I've been
it,
shouting that from the rooftops since middle school, bro. Ain't nobody
Donald
believe me since because the internet came out. Y'all just wasn't listening to me. I've been saying that.
You've been saying
And
it.
those of you who haven't read the script that comes along with because the internet, you need to read it. Y'all need to read it because he was spitting. Nobody was listening. I think that's a bar that he said in, in one of the songs. I was always spitting, just no one would listen. I'm pretty sure that's a bar he said in one
It
of the
probably
songs.
is. It probably is. And I read it recently. I didn't hear about it until Gabby told me. I read it while listening.
See, the trick is you gotta listen to the whole album, and then you gotta read the script, and then you gotta
Yeah.
listen to it while you read. It's an
It's
experience.
an
I
experience
cried.
that you
High
will
school
never
me
forget.
cried, but I was emotional because I was in high school. So.
Like it was it's just phenomenal. Donald Glover, you
And now we know
deserve
why
your
he's a writer.
flowers. Exactly.
I always saw it in him. I've always been there for him. Atlanta was a true experience, though. Like
Atlanta is one of the most popular shows.
it was
Man,
like he did a
Paperboy.
great thing. The experience, the Atlanta
The
experience,
Atlanta experience.
the lemon pepper part. It was like it was a true like if you know you know type thing. Like it was a thing. You
Yep.
know, just crafting black characters in a way that it felt natural. I remember we were watching this. I showed you to watch that one YouTube video, and it was that girl. She was talking about like black, like how if Donald Glover writes like angry black women characters, and I disagreed because in that one episode, it was that one episode where he wrote angry, like he wrote somebody being angry, or a couple times it was somebody being angry, but he was depicting an angry experience.
Yeah.
He was depicting somebody in an experience versus depicting angry black women. And I think
Exactly.
there's a difference. Depicting somebody in an upsetting experience versus somebody being always depicting somebody angry. Like placing women in a stereotype, I believe, is different. Like the way Tyler Perry does versus depicting people in a situation, because angry people exist, angry
Yeah.
women exist.
Yeah.
We meet them, whether they're black or white.
Yeah.
Like
We need a
it's okay.
balance. We need a balance.
Whatever race you are, angry women exist.
Mm-hmm.
It's more the stereotype that's constantly being perpetuated of angry black women. So when somebody, especially a man, writes a angry black woman, like I think that the hounds come out. People are like,
Yeah.
oh well, now he's writing an angry black woman, and now we're
He
upset. I
hates
think that
he
that's
hates
the
black women and
he
everything
hates
like
black
that.
women. You know what I'm saying? So like the
But
moment
with
that
Tyler,
happens,
mm-hmm.
you know. And I
True.
think that happened, especially with Zazie Beetz' character. The more he wrote her as unhappy, the more people are like, "Oh, he doesn't like black women." But it's like I think
It's
we're
understandable
we're
why
negating,
she's angry.
right? We're negating the fact that we saw the progression of her character. Her character changed so much over the 4 seasons. Like she went from understanding or from a more understanding character to a character who was like, I don't really want to put up with this anymore. I deserve better.
She was pretty much standing up for herself, and she was saying, "Nah, she was she was realizing what her worth really was, or really is, in the show,
And
and
I
she
think that
was
that's a little bit different.
yeah. But like you could see glimpses of like, oh, okay, like she's showing what her worth is, but also
And it's not like she was always mean to I forgot what his
to
name was.
Don,
To Donald Glover's character. She wasn't
yeah,
always like mean to him. It
yeah,
was like
no,
I just don't want to be with him anymore.
right, yeah, and the only reason that
I
she
deserve
was
my own
really
space.
right, and she was really only being with him because she wanted her daughter to have her father in her life and whatnot, and
Hmm.
she was compromising. She was being like, I
Hmm.
don't want to be with you anymore, but because since we have a daughter, she has to have a father figure. So we're trying to co-parent and all this other stuff. So it's a beautiful, funny show. Atlanta is.
Yeah,
That's why it's regarded as, in my opinion, one of the best shows I've watched in my life.
it's
That
very
depicts
complete.
that depicts black people and all this other stuff rather
Mhm.
than exploiting them like Tyler Perry does. And if this doesn't speak volumes, he wrote a whole Tyler Perry episode of being on his studios and
The Tyler
everything.
Perry,
The
yeah, the
Tyler Perry
Chocolate Factory.
episode, the Chocolate Factory, and it was hilarious because, in all honesty, he's right. Like it was funny, but there's a lot of hidden Easter eggs and
Hidden
meanings,
message.
hidden
Yeah.
messages. I'm sorry, hidden messages within his show. Like,
And my top movie that I've seen in a minute when it comes to the black experience.
mm,
American Fiction.
yes,
Now, I've talked about this movie quite a bit
yes,
since I've seen it. American Fiction was such a good movie. I
I love it.
shout out
I
to Jeffrey White because
shout
I've
out
just been seeing
Jeffrey.
him everywhere lately.
He's getting his
And
flowers. He's getting the credit he freaking deserves.
Jeffrey White, this man is amazing. It feels like ever since I watched the Batman movie, I've just been seeing Jeffrey White all over the place. And Jeffrey White is so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this movie was truly, truly, truly a masterpiece. It was so good.
It
It
was
was
nothing bad.
such a good comedy. It was heartfelt. It felt good to watch it, and it was so funny.
Yeah. It
But it had some truth to the black experience. It had, especially like growing up with black parents, with
it was a perfect blend
man,
of of drama and comedy, and it was and like we're it's hard to describe how good this film is because
it really is, because it meant a lot that it was that it didn't that it showed white people taking advantage of black people, but it didn't focus on that.
Yeah,
because it showed black people taking advantage of white people taking advantage of black people. That's I was like, that's how you do it.
that's how you do it.
That's how you do it. Because it was like, oh, we start with white people just, basically just like dismissing the way black people do this, So now we have white people taking advantage of the black experience. So we're like, oh, okay, so it's going to be one of those. No, it's black people using that to their advantage.
And rolling with it.
And it's like, now we got Jeffrey White, like,
If
I'm gonna
she's
have to.
doing it,
It's like, if she can do
okay.
it,
I know I can
it's
definitely
like,
do this because he wasn't
he's like,
getting any
no,
traction.
because at first he was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. Because at first he's like, really, like, bro, that's so dumb, bro. I'm not gonna do that. He was really judging her. Then he's like, I really need the money though.
Because he wasn't
I really
having
need the money though.
he wasn't having any success with the real deal stuff he was writing. So he was just like, I need the money. Let me just write this.
So he wrote it under a pen name.
Yeah. And that's where Jeffrey Wright shined. Well, that's where
then it was
writing
all
really
coming
shined.
together. That's where it was all coming together.
It's all coming together.
It was all folded together, and it was so beautiful. It was such an amazing film. It was doing something up there in the cranium.
It was perfect. I didn't have any complaints, any like bad scenes that were misplaced or anything like that.
I don't really have any complaints either. I really thought it was really good film. It left a
Perfect.
little weird spot in the end, so it was like, oh, was it all this or was it all that? What it was like a really like unreliable narrator type end. So I really messed with that.
Right.
It doesn't really wrap it up kind of clean. It gives you kind of like a loose ending. I was like, I like that.
And honestly, it was like the perfect bow, but there's still a little bit of give towards the bow of wrapping up the present, of being like, well, is it are we gonna have a second one? Which please don't have another American Fiction. This movie is too much of a gold mine to continue it. Please don't. But
it's definitely like
it's
I don't know how you would continue it unless they made a movie about the movie.
Exactly. Like, if y'all haven't watched American Fiction, please do. Best movie of when did we watch it? Did we watch it?
We watched it last year, but
we watched it last year.
But technically it came out this year.
It came out this year. Yeah. So
we saw it technically an early release. So we watched it last year, but it came out this year.
Yeah. So if y'all haven't watched American Fiction, please watch the movie. It's in my top 5 movies of all time this year. Top 5
this year, last year, everything in between. Like I said, we saw it at the end of December.
So technically, it
classifies
as this
we
year.
Unknowingly saw an early release.
Yeah. I have an honorary mention, Creed, even though it's a part of the Rocky series. Creed 3 or the Creed series is really good too, where it doesn't have any type of black exploitation. Just a little honorary mention. But yeah, American Fiction, my gosh. Words can't Words can't come to mind how good it is.
And we tried.
We did. We know a lot of adjectives, but I say this: groundbreaking
Ooh.
for this.
Well, I think that's all I wanted to say. I know this was kind of all over the place, but my point is, I don't think that eh, the expectation of our people is good when it comes to film. They do it often. They love to see us hurt, and they love it for money.
Yeah,
Because a white person will surefire a script about a black person being hit with a whip.
big facts. Big facts. We
Because they
got
know we'll go and see it.
yeah,
If the right person is in the theater, if the right person is in the lead, you know that we'll go and see it. You know what I'm saying? Think about 12 Years a Slave. Chiwetel,
yeah,
wasn't that who was the lead? Yeah,
yeah.
you know what I'm
Chiwetel.
saying?
That's how Lupita Nyong'o got her break. Is literally being a slave. She's a good
You
actress.
know,
Don't get me wrong. She's a wonderful actress. But unfortunately, she broke out after a slave movie.
you know what I'm saying? You know, you got you got The Help, which had great. You had Octavia. You got
Viola Davis.
Viola. I don't want to say Victoria. Viola Davis. You know, it had Jessica Chastain. It
Emma
had
Stone.
Emma Stone. It had Bryce Dallas Howard. It had a lot of big names in it.
It was really good.
It had Homegirl from Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it had a lot of big names in it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know, like them big names will draw you to the theater. You'll be like, I want to see what's going on here.
Yep. Hidden
You know, Jamie
Figures.
Foxx and Django,
Yeah. Jamie Foxx. Kerry Washington was in it. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Andrew Schwartz, Andrew
Phenomenal.
Schultz. I said Schwartz, Schultz.
Drew Schultz. Yeah. Um, phenomenal movie. Hidden Figures, Janelle Monáe, Octavia, of course, the great Taraji P. Henson, Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, Kevin Costner. Wonderful movie. Still white savior. It's
It's just, you
we got
slap a couple of good names on it, and everybody's like, I might have to see this. You start seeing the names, and you're like, oh wow, it's got this person in it. I might have to see it. You know, they're a great actor. They're a great actress. You know,
mm-hmm.
and that's the
Even
unfortunate part about it. You go see it because you're like, oh, it's got this person in it, and it might be a good movie. And that's what I'm saying. It might be a good movie, but it doesn't make it okay that they keep doing this because they're benefiting off of making us look weak.
yeah.
Because it's always the woe is me story.
Mm-hmm. And we're not giving flag toward. We keep on saying these are good movies. It's just that the meaning behind it isn't. The intentions behind it isn't good.
Mm-hmm.
All the common denominator out of all of these movies is white savior complex
Mm-hmm.
and exploiting the struggles of our people and
Profit.
turning it into profit and having a white savior at the cherry on top. It's like
Mm-hmm.
no. Like I give the example of the movie Rustin. There was no white savior in it. Even though even though he had like a white boyfriend and whatnot, he wasn't a savior. Dude Rustin was the head honcho throughout all of it. No white savior whatsoever. And
The
they
white person
still
wasn't the focus.
it wasn't
It's about Rustin.
right. It's about Rustin. It's about his story. Not to be not to no pun intended. But that's how you depict it. Simple.
Yeah.
Not no color purple. The new one where it's a musical. Stop it. And it had a great cast too. I mean, an all-star cast. No, nobody. How many
Nobody
more
cares.
renditions? Nobody cares. How many more renditions y'all want to have of somebody getting abused? And it's the same story over and over and over again. The Whoopi one was
Like I said,
enough.
they love to
Damn.
see us hurt.
And once we start realizing that, good.
Life can be sweet, can be bitter.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Look, that's all I got for y'all. Just some food for thought.
Yeah, same here.
If you
That's all I
agree,
got for you.
that's great. If you don't agree, let me know your thoughts in below. And if you do agree, let me know your thoughts below. I don't care.
Yeah, leave us some comments. What you like, what you did, what you agreed with, what you didn't agree with. That's the whole
Don't
point of
forget to
this.
like and subscribe.
All social media links will be in the description box below. We see
And
y'all
that's all
next
we have
week.
for you.
Make sure you get your popcorn ready.
You always say that at the end of the video. You know that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.